And greetings, saints of the Most High. Welcome to the Messianic Torah Observer. Rod Thomas coming to you on a sultry, hot preparation day here in the DFW. And as always, beloved, it is my hope, trust, and prayer that this installment of TMTO finds you, your families, and fellowships well and blessed. This is going to be a special installment of the Messianic Torah Observer. It's been a long time, well over a month, since my last post. Well, actually, going on 2 months since I've done a post. A lot has happened. A lot is happening with TMTO. We're not going away. We're here for the long haul. It's just that some things came up in the midst of this time that I've been away that I wanted to take advantage of. And I'll get into some of that in just a moment. But with that being said, I want to start this discussion off with this. It's been a long time since I've blown the shofar, but this is to signal the start of biblical Rosh HaShanah 6026. Hag Sameach Rosh HaShanah 6026. Yes, the renewed moon was sighted over the land of Israel this day being March the 20th, 2026, as well as the barley in the land of Israel was deemed Aviv by qualified searchers over in the land. So, beloved, I want to wish you a brand new, a blessed, overcoming, powerful, productive new year. And I'm telling you, we are looking forward to all the great things that this new year will bring. This is going to be a very packed month, as you know. We have Passover coming, beginning at sunset on April the 2nd, ending, of course, at sunset on April 3rd. Then, the same time that sunset takes over from Passover, when that is over, we go directly into the Feast of Matzah, or the Feast of Unleavened Bread, at sunset on April 3rd, and it goes for 7 days through sunset on April 10th, 2026. In the midst of that, we have the Day of First Fruits, which begins at sunset on April 4th and ends at sunset on April 5th. And also, on the Day of First Fruits, we have day one of the counting of the Omer. Now, I've done many teachings over the years on these high holy days over at the MessianicTorahObserver.org. Again, the MessianicTorahObserver.org, if you're interested in learning more about these important, critical days of the biblical calendar year. These are mandated feast of the Lord, mandated feast of Jehovah. I would humbly encourage you to go on over to the MessianicTorahObserver.org and check those teachings out. Now, that being all said, I want to get into, and I said this is a special installment of the Messianic Torah Observer. It's an update on what's happening at the Messianic Torah Observer, happening with our ministry, happening with me, happening with the content and the future year, the coming months and days and weeks of this biblical calendar year that I want to share with you, just so that you are aware of where we're heading. I guess the best place to start is with me personally. We've had, since I last posted, a lot has happened here in our family. And I have to say, praise y'all, nothing bad has happened. A lot of wonderful, blessed things are happening. We have some personal things with our house dynamics, which have changed dramatically since I was last on. And that has taken up a lot of my bandwidth in my little pea brain that I've been, which has kind of stalled me from doing a lot of content. A lot of responsibilities have been kind of foisted upon me. I don't want to get into it because they're kind of very personal, but these are family things that cropped up, and we stepped up to take care of them. And so it's kind of stalled my ability to create, produce, study, research, and bring to you these teachings that are so critical to our walk with Mashiach, with Messiah. So that's happening. I'm well, I'm blessed, I'm healthy, and I am constantly in the Word every day. So that hasn't changed. It's just a lot of things, the cares of life, let's just say, have gotten in the way, but I'm working around those things, and it's going well. Now, book writing project has been also affected by the personal house dynamics and things of that nature. So the book writing projects, which I've always been talking about in the last year or so, has been slow in progress. And I've got 3 books right now that I had started off with 1 book, but now that has branched off into 3. And I'm in the research and transcription process with those. And it's, I'll just let you know, it's the Spiritual Warfare, Melchizedek, and Lunar Covenant books that will be coming hopefully online here by the end of this secular Roman calendar year. I'm working very hard on those when I can. But unfortunately, I don't have as much time as I used to have, just because of those dynamics that are ongoing. But hopefully I can work around them and get as much done as I personally can. So the book writing project is still on, and it's still coming, but it's not going as fast as I had hoped. But Father is in control, and he's the one who deems when, how, and where. So I'm trusting him. This is all that's happened so far. This secular Roman calendar year of 2026 has been because Father is setting up some things in our lives, and I think it's good, and I'm very happy and charged by it, but it does take a lot of bandwidth to deal with. So then the next thing is the TMTO update. When I left you, I had just did a post on spiritual warfare. That is heavily on the table, and it's taking up most of my attention in preparation. I am working feverishly to get that series teachings out to you, because these of any days are the end of days, in my opinion, and we need to be girded up with the armor of Yah, because there's some stuff going on. If you've not had your head in the sand, if you've been keeping track of the news, there's a lot of things going on in the unseen realm that require our attention. A lot of Messianics, a lot of Hebraic believers just kind of say, well, we shouldn't concern ourselves with those things, the things that are going on around about us. But I take a little different stance on it. I think we are called, because the world is so woke and so depraved and so evil. Let's just put it this way. The world has turned evil, and there is now a war. There's a dualistic war ongoing, and it's between the forces of light and good versus the forces of evil and darkness. So we're called to stand up to that and do our part in that great cosmic battle that is ongoing. So I'm working really heavily on that in conjunction with the book that will come out of those teachings. As well as I did not get too far in the Melchizedek series. I'm still working on that. I still only have about 2 or 3 more installments to that series that we're working on, and I'm still working on those concurrently as well. Then I have the covenant update. We're going to be getting back into the covenant, and that kind of dovetails over to the lunar covenant book. And so I'm looking forward to doing that. Now, I had mentioned that some things kind of brought our posting schedule to a halt, and one of those things was we had another catastrophic failure of our website. After my last post, I got an email from one of our visitors to the site, the website, the MessianicTourObserver.org, who told me, hey, brother, the website, the MessianicTourObserver.org, is broke. It's broke. I said, what are you talking? I'm saying to myself, what is he talking about? And I go on over to the website, and lo and behold, it is indeed broke. The website was broke. So I tried to fix it myself by going over to our web host and try to see if I can fix it myself, but that did not work, anything that I tried. So I had to end up actually contacting our web host, and we were able, praise Yah, to get that fixed. And so I'm very happy that that was taken care of. And that kind of nestled me. It kind of pushed me to say, hey, look, maybe this is an indication that we need to take a break and fix some things. So we're updating the website, and we're working heavily to get some things moved around. It won't be a drastic update of the website, but it will be a kind of a repositioning of certain content and getting rid of some content as well. So we're working on that. We're also going to work on whether or not we're going to go to actual video instead of the audio only videos that we do to YouTube. So we're still working on that. We've got all the equipment we need to do that. It's just going to add a lot more work to the workflow schedule that we are working on setting up right now. So I'm still out on that. I may just keep it with an audio only video for this 2026 year and maybe revisit doing a video of the post in maybe 27. But right now, I'm going to leave it as is. I'm leaning that way. I'm still petitioning Father to tell me which way to go. I hate to have all of the hardware and software in place to do it, but then don't do it. But I have all these backlogged projects that are going that I need to do. And which brings me to an update regarding Qumran Family Foundation and Qumran Family Church, which is part and parcel of this overall internet ministry that we do with the Messianic Torah Observer. The Messianic Torah Observer is essentially an online ministry of Qumran Family Church, what we call in a short way QFC. That is the ministry that basically I oversee. Hillary also participates in that, but very rarely at this point because she has put most of her attention with QFF, or Qumran Family Foundation. Now, I've talked a lot about the Qumran Family Foundation, which is a ministry that specifically deals with the needs of the disenfranchised, the downtrodden members of society. In particular, the ministry is focused on Kenya and the widows in parts of Kenya, as well as the orphans, the fatherless in Kenya. So right now, we've got with QFF, there are I think there are 3 active classes ongoing right now. We had 1 graduating class, but they're finishing up phase 2 of their training. So actually, in reality, there's 4. There's 4 classes going on. And there are at least 2 or 3 other demands to set up a school for widows in other cities of Western Kenya. Now, we're still deciding on how that's going to happen because all these things take money. And our bank account, in terms of that, is limited. So we're trying to juggle and figure out how we're going to accommodate the calls for these new schools and classes in these other places. So again, I've said in the past, we covet your financial support for QFF and the work that is being done over in Kenya at this time. So over at CoomerandFamilyFoundation.org, you will find the website. And if you are so led, we ask you to give if that is, again, something that you're led to do. So that's coming. We were going to look at going back over to Kenya this spring, but with the war going on in the Middle East, and our flights generally land in either Qatar or the UAE, and most of those are under attack. And I'm not making light of that. I'm just saying that kind of put a snafu in our plans to travel. Not to mention, I don't know if you've been keeping up with this, but airline rates have dramatically increased. I believe last tally was 7%. It's gone up. Plus, many of the foreign carriers are going to pass on to the passengers a fuel surplus. So now doesn't seem to be the right time to go out there. So we're looking at probably middle to late summer, this depending on what the situation is out there. And we'll revisit traveling back over there to take care of some of the business of the foundation. We also are working with a orphanage over in Ogembo, or with is named Kuria Family Care. And we've not really had a lot of interaction with them in the past month. They've had many of the leaders, let's just say, some of the leaders have had some medical problems, which is strange that that's ongoing. So they've not really been very active in a lot of things, and we've been kind of stepping back and letting that kind of work its way out. We've been praying, interceding on their behalf, seeking healing, and hopefully things will work out. I did get another reach out from another local one just outside of Kisii, Kenya, asking to affiliate with this ministry. And if we go back in the summer, we will visit and assess whether it's something we want to involve ourselves with. That's an orphanage, and I don't know about the widow situation there. So that's the update for TMTO at this date, on this time. This is being March the 20th, 2026. Rosh HaShanah 6026. And we are going to continue working. And I just did this because I wanted to take the opportunity to wish you and your family and your fellowships a wonderful and blessed month of the Aviv, Passover, unleavened bread, first fruits. We will hopefully get back online and start posting on a regular basis soon as we can get that website finalized and finish some of the series updates as we move forward. So until then, beloved, may you be most blessed, fellow saints in training. Take care. Shabbat Shalom. Shavua Tov. Hag Sameach. Rosh HaShanah.